The fire crackled beneath the ancient baobab as the children gathered close. The oldest storyteller in the village leaned on his carved walking stick and smiled into the dancing flames. "My children," he began, "have you ever wished you could see tomorrow? Have you ever wondered what your life would become if you could simply peek ahead?" The children nodded eagerly. The old man chuckled softly. "Be careful what you wish for, because there was once a boy who borrowed tomorrow and nearly lost today. Long ago, in a village nestled between rolling green hills and a winding river, lived a boy named Kofi. He was clever, quick on his feet, and full of dreams. But he had one great weakness. He was always waiting for tomorrow. When his father asked him to gather firewood, Kofi would say, "Tomorrow will be better." When his mother asked him to help weed the family garden, he would grin and reply, "There is always tomorrow." When the village blacksmith offered to teach him how to shape iron, Kofi answered, "I'll learn another day." Even when his friends practiced hunting with small bows or learned to fish in the river, Kofi preferred to lie beneath the shade of a mango tree, imagining the wonderful man he would become someday. In his mind, tomorrow was a magical place where everything would be easier. Tomorrow, he would become hardworking. Tomorrow, he would become wise. Tomorrow, he would become successful. Tomorrow never seemed very far away. One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon and the village drums echoed across the valley, Kofi wandered deeper into the forest than he had ever gone before. The air grew strangely quiet. Even the birds stopped singing. There, beneath the largest baobab tree Kofi had ever seen, sat an old woman wrapped in robes the color of moonlight. Her silver hair flowed to the ground, and beside her rested an hourglass, unlike any he had ever seen. Instead of sand, tiny golden lights drifted slowly from one chamber to the other. Without looking up, she spoke. "You spend your days chasing tomorrow." Kofi froze. "I have watched you for many years." "You know my name?" he whispered. She smiled gently. "I know everyone's name who wastes today." Kofi swallowed. "I only want a better future." The old woman nodded. "Then perhaps you would like to borrow tomorrow." His heart raced. "You mean actually see it?" "For one day." Kofi's eyes sparkled. "Can I?" "You may." She lifted the glowing hourglass. "But remember this, no one can borrow tomorrow without paying with today." Kofi barely heard her warning. He was already imagining all the secrets he would discover. The old woman turned the hourglass upside down. Golden light surrounded him. The forest disappeared. When the light faded, Kofi found himself standing in the same village. But everything had changed. The huts were larger. Children he had known were now grown men and women. "So, this is my future." He hurried toward his family's home. A middle-aged man stepped outside. The man looked exactly like Kofi, except his shoulders drooped beneath invisible burdens. His clothes were worn. His hands were soft, untouched by years of honest work. There was sadness in his eyes. Confusion filled Kofi. "That can't be me." He followed the older version of himself throughout the day. He watched as younger men ignored his advice. He saw merchants refuse to lend him grain, because they no longer trusted his promises. He watched children whisper, "That is the man who always said he would start tomorrow." Everywhere he went, the same words followed him. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Then he saw something that broke his heart. His father had grown old. His mother walked with a stick. Their fields, once rich with crops, had become dry and neglected. The opportunities they had worked so hard to create had slowly slipped away because their son had always believed there would be more time. That evening, Kofi climbed the same hill where he used to dream beneath the mango tree. There sat an old shepherd. Without turning around, the shepherd asked, "Do you know what tomorrow is?" Kofi shook his head. The shepherd smiled sadly. Tomorrow is the favorite hiding place of regret. Before Kofi could answer, the sky began to glow. The wind carried the sound of distant drums. Everything around him dissolved into golden light once more. He awoke beneath the great baobab tree. The mysterious old woman was waiting. Her hourglass was empty. "So," she asked softly, "how was tomorrow?" Tears filled Kofi's eyes. "I thought tomorrow would make me successful." "And what did you learn?" "Tomorrow cannot build anything." The old woman smiled. "What builds tomorrow?" Kofi looked at his own hands. "Today." The old woman nodded. "The future is not a place waiting for you. It is something your hands create every sunrise." When Kofi blinked, she was gone. Only the great baobab remained. From that day forward, the village noticed something remarkable. Before sunrise, Kofi was already carrying water. He worked beside his father without being asked. He learned from the blacksmith. He practiced fishing. He planted trees whose shade he might never enjoy. Years passed. The lazy dreamer became one of the wisest men the village had ever known. When children asked him the secret of his success, he never spoke of the mysterious woman or the magical hourglass. He simply smiled and said, "Tomorrow is a gift, but today is the price." And if you travel through the villages of Africa on a quiet evening, some elders still tell of the boy who borrowed tomorrow. They say his greatest discovery was not seeing the future. It was finally understanding that every tomorrow is quietly built by the choices we make today.